It's Tua time, right?
There's no one's gonna pressure me into doing anything.
Oh, all right. Maybe it's not. What is up, Finn fans? Yes, we are through the first quarter of the season. So, like I do every season for the past 2 seasons I've been doing this channel, we are going to review the first quarter of the season. We're going to talk about some stats. We're going to kind of talk about how the team is doing. I am going to compare this year's stats to last year's first 4 games. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. But that's what we're going to do. And then comment of the day. Comment of the day is going to be a roundabout question because Brian Flores did his press conference today, if you couldn't tell from that intro I did. And we were going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. But let's talk about the first 4 games of the season. First 4 games of the season, Miami Dolphins go 1-3. A lot of people are upset. A lot of people wanted a better than a 1-3 record. I think if you're a Dolphins fan, of course you wanted a better than 1-3 record. I was hoping for a 2-2 record coming out of the first. I thought we would have played a little bit better. Maybe you could have beat Buffalo. We could have definitely beat Seattle. We're 3 or 4 plays away from potentially being 3-1, but 1-3. Build off of that. There's some beat up teams coming up. 49ers are super beat up. The Broncos are super beat up. The Chargers super beat up. Look at the Cardinals losing back-to-back games. There's a lot of games that are beat up teams that could very easily be winnable for the Miami Dolphins. So got a lot left to go. But looking at these first 4 games, let's look at some stats. I got some offensive stats. I got some defensive stats. And then like I said, we're going to compare overall stats to 2019's first 4 games because 2019's first 4 games were atrocious. If you thought these first 4 games were bad, which I don't think they were that bad, like I said, last 3 games, 1 we won and the other 2 we were very in it. So let's look at ranking versus the NFL versus the AFC, right? Ryan Fitzpatrick, when it comes to his passing yards, 994, he is 13th ranked in the NFL, 6th ranked in the AFC. When it comes to his completion percentage, which is 69%, he is ranked 11th in the NFL, and he is ranked 6th in the AFC. And then when it comes to his QBR of a 75.2, he is ranked 9th in the NFL, and he is ranked 5th in the AFC. Then we're going to look at the running back. Even though the Miami Dolphins don't really have a running game, I'm still going to look at the running back. Myles Gaskin, our leading rusher, 192 yards, 29th ranked in the NFL, 15th ranked in the AFC. It's not too bad. No, it's bad. He's like bottom of the AFC. Then we have Devontae Parker, the leading receiver, the number 1 receiver on the Dolphins. He is ranked 18th in the NFL with 279 yards, but he is ranked 4th in the NFL, in the AFC with those yards, which means the NFC is throwing that ball like it's no one's business. And then Mike Gesicki, the up-and-coming hot tight end of the Miami Dolphins. I was on a stream and we were talking about him, and I said he is ranked. Someone said, we have no one on this team that's top 10 ranked. And I said, Mike Gesicki's top 10 ranked. And they were, no, he isn't. Well, in the NFL with 190 yards, he is ranked 8th. And in the AFC, he is ranked 6th. Mike Gesicki is a top 10 tight end in the NFL. And it's only going to get better the more we throw to him. Then we look at the offensive line, which last year was just... it was bad. That if you didn't get bad from that, I don't know. When it comes to pass protection, the Miami Dolphins offensive line is ranked 11th in pass protection with only 5 sacks on the season so far. If we looked at last year's, I don't even know where we'd be ranked. And then the interior 3, which is Karras, Kinley, and Flowers, only giving up 12 pressure up the middle. Much better. But the thing that they really need to work on, and hopefully they get it together, because I'm really sick and tired of seeing Fitzpatrick being one of our, being up there as a leading rusher. We're ranked 25th in run blocking on the offensive line. That desperately needs to be addressed. Then when it comes to the team, first downs, 9th in passing first downs, 10th in rushing first downs, and we're ranked 7th in the NFL in first downs. 7th. We get a lot of first downs. Just got to cash them in when we're in the end zone. And when it comes to third down conversions with a 46.9%, the Miami Dolphins are ranked 9th in third down conversions. So yes, as much as we're 1-3 and we lost some close games, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, the sky's falling. This team sucks. Brian Flores needs to be fired. So and so's a bust," and everyone's losing their marbles. We're ranked 9th in third down conversions. We're ranked 7th in first downs. We just got to punch them in the end zone. And look how good that is. I'm telling you. It's not that bad. It's not as bad as people are making out to be. And let's talk about the defense. Looking at these games against the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots, right? Seattle, taking on the Atlanta Falcons, scored 38 points. Taking on the Patriots, scored 35 points. Taking on the Dallas Cowboys, scored 38 points. Taking on the Miami Dolphins, 31 points. We held him to the least amount of points. Russell Wilson, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, was his worst showing of the 4 games he played. It's a promising sign. Second offensive ranked in the NFL. New England Patriots. I'm not counting last night's game because Cam Newton wasn't the starter. 38 points versus the Seattle Seahawks. 36 points versus the Raiders. 21 points versus the Miami Dolphins. And we also took on the 5th-ranked offense in the Buffalo Bills. And with Cam Newton, the New England Patriots were 11th ranked. We were in all of those games. Absolutely in all those games. And you look at Eric Rowe, the corner, moved to safety last year. He had a 5.04 yards per target. Very good stat. This year, he's on pace, 5.33 yards per target. He is playing very, very, very good this year. It's just, we wish it was a little bit different. So now what am I going to do? Before I get into my spiel about the how I feel about the season so far, and then I get to comment of the day, which we're going to talk about Brian Flores' press conference, I'm going to look at this year's stats for the first 4 games and compare them to last year's stats for the first 4 games. And we'll see how much better we got. Because, like I said, going into this season, if you expected the Dolphins to go like 12-3, 13-3, 12-4, anything above 10-6, you had such high expectations that these first 4 games and the start of the season is really bringing you down and it's pissing you off. But to look at how much better they're doing and to see how well they're doing compared to last year, you'd be surprised. So last year, we're going to look at points for. Last year, we only scored 26 points in the first 4 games of the season. This year, 93 points. Last year, we gave up 163 points last year. This year, only 96. Only 96. 3 points off. I'm telling you, some of these losses against the Buffalo Bills and against the Seattle Seahawks, very, very close games. We're looking at first downs now. We only got 53 first downs last year. This year, we got 96. Last year, we gave up 110. This year, we gave up 100. Got a little bit better there, but still too many first downs we're giving up. Turnovers. Last year, we had 9 turnovers in the first 4 games. This year, we only have 5. Last year, we only got 2 turnovers. This year, we got 5. So it's not too bad. Now I'm going to look at total offensive yardage. So last year, when it came to how many total yards we had, going from 394 passing to 207 rushing yards, we only had 900 total yards in the first 4 games of last season. This year, we have 1,388 yards with 427 rushing and 961 passing. Huge jump, an absolute huge jump in the offensive production. I'm telling you, the offense really isn't the problem this year. And when it comes to defensive points allowed, last year we had 1,888 defensive points allowed. This year, it's still not great, but it's about 200 less in 1,639 with giving up last year 1,185 in passing, 703 in rushing. This year, only 499 in rushing and 1,140 in passing. So we're doing much, much better in stopping the run this year so far. Not so much stopping the pass. So looking at the first 4 games of the season compared to last year, this team is way, way, way better, especially on offense, especially on offensive line, especially not giving up so many sacks. Way, way better. Like I said, if you came into this season expecting the Dolphins to win the division, expecting the Dolphins to go, 11-5, 12-4, 13-3, I can understand why you're so mad about this 1-4 start. But like I said, the Buffalo Bills game and the Seattle Seahawks, we were. If you take both games, put them together, we were about 6 plays away from winning both those games, 3 plays each, right? We don't give up that touchdown before the half in the Seattle game, and we don't give that blown coverage that gives them the touchdown again against Noah. We would have beat Seattle. And then with Buffalo, 3 dropped interceptions. Eric Rowe dropped a pick 6. Xavier Howard dropped an easy interception. Very easily could have been 3-1 right now. So close to turning those over and getting those plays to go our way. So to look at the first 4 games, yes, I am very upset. I would love to be 3-1. I would love to not be 1-3 right now. To say that the season's over, which I've been hearing since week 1, no, it's not. It very isn't, because you look at some of these teams, some of these banged up teams that we're going to have to face. It definitely isn't, and the team can turn it around because, like I said, we were a few plays from beating some very good teams, some very, very good teams. It's very encouraging. It sucks, but it's very encouraging. And I'm very excited for the rest of the season. I know some of you guys aren't. Some of you guys might be like, you're being such a homer right now. I look at the stats. I look at the plays. I look at how close we were in games. I look at opportunities that were missed, and we're so close. It's just, I was very upset with the Seattle game. You go back, watch that video. I was very critical of the team. They deserve all the criticism I gave them, but it's very promising. They just got to get a little bit more discipline. They just got to fix a little things. And again, the things that they need to fix, the discipline that needs to be implemented, the gelling that needs to happen, all would have happened in the preseason and in the offseason. A lot of people say, well, Doug, what does preseason have to do with how they're playing? You need to play against opponents that aren't your teammates, especially only doing it for 2 weeks. When you play against opponents that aren't your teammates, you get to gel and you get to build that workmanship, I guess you can call it, or that continuity with your offensive line and your defensive line. You get to see who plays better in these schemes, who does better here, who does better there, versus having to do it in game and then, putting pieces together and hoping and praying it works because you don't know what it's like against opposite opponents. Preseason is extremely important for game planning and for getting ready for the season. So is OTAs, so is minicamp, so is all these conditioning works, because you're seeing a lot of hamstrings, a lot of ACLs, a lot of groins. And this is what happens. So with the lack of preparation and the youngness of our team, I'm seeing a lot of upside. I'm seeing a lot of promise. They need to get it together. Because if not, we're just going to keep throughout the season seeing them being so close, so close. Oh, if we would have just got this, if the ball would have bounced this way, yada, yada. And then we're going to keep getting madder and madder and madder and madder. But it's promising. Is it good? No. But is it promising? Yes. Just got to fix those mistakes. Got to listen to – Brian Flores needs to listen to my preview videos and 5 things. Just listen. But that's what the TNT wall was for. But again, it's gone because of, season was washed. So be sure to comment below. I'm very interested what you guys have to think about the first 4 games. I already know the certain people that are going to tell me I'm too optimistic. Going to tell me, yes, those things could have bounced your way, but they also could have bounced the other way. Of course. Of course. I'm not saying they couldn't, but that's just the way I see it. It's my opinion. It's just my opinion. But be sure to comment below. I'm very interested. Like I said, what do you guys think of the first 4 games? Are you completely disappointed, or did you expect more, or did you expect less and got more? Like I said with my stats, Dolphins are actually doing pretty decent on first downs, third downs, where their rankings are. They're not at the bottom. They're not the worst team in the NFL like they were last year. So be sure to comment below, and I'm going to get to comment of the day. Now, comment of the day Brian Flores had a press conference yesterday. Well, for me, it's today because I recorded mine the night before. Brian Flores had a press conference. He was, they asked him about Tua. Hey, is Tua starting? Because, Fitz didn't do bad. He didn't do great, like I said, but he didn't do bad. First interception, I'm not giving on him. Second interception, I'm putting it on him. And I even said in my video, maybe it's time for Tua to come in. Maybe it's time they need that spark. Maybe it's time. Brian Flores said, I haven't decided yet. We're still doing our prep. We're still doing our review of the last game. We haven't decided yet. But as of right now, yeah, Fitz is the guy. I don't understand. And then he made the point of saying, if it was my son who I wouldn't want my coach to put my son out there. And a lot of people are like, what is Tua not 100%? Is Tua not 100%? Why would he say something like that? For one, Tua's 100%. If Tua wasn't 100%, he wouldn't be the backup quarterback and he wouldn't be on the sidelines ready to go in if Fitz did get injured. So you could take that and all those rumors and you could throw them out the window. Tua's 100%. There it is. The other thing people are wondering, well, then why isn't he out there? Why is Joe Burrow out there? Why is Justin Herbert out there? Well, for one, their doctor punctured their leading quarterback's lung, and that's why Justin Herbert's out there. Why are these guys out there, and why isn't Tua out there, right? Don't, like I said, I even tweeted out, I got that itch. I want to see what Tua can do. But if Tua's not ready, don't rush the process, right? And again, hey, Doug, you literally made a video saying maybe it's time for Tua. Maybe it's time for Tua. But what I'm saying is a lot of people are getting on Brian Flores, or a lot of people are making assumptions about Tua, making assumptions of Tua's play style, making assumption, is Tua good? Why did we draft the backup quarterback? Why did we draft the bust? Why did we do this? And I'm addressing that. For one, we didn't draft the backup quarterback. We drafted a future quarterback. We drafted our future quarterback. Just because he was a 5th overall pick doesn't mean he needs to start right away. Do we not need to go down the list of quarterbacks that were drafted that didn't start right away? Hey, Doug, but he's a top 5 quarterback. Top 5 quarterbacks should start. Eli Manning sat behind Kurt Warner, then eventually started. Didn't do too great. Eventually won the Giants 2 Super Bowls against the New England Patriots. Thank you so much for helping for them not to have an undefeated season. When the kid's ready, he'll play. And like I said, I'd like to see him. I want to see that spark. It seems like there's something missing from the offense. Could it be the spark of Tua, or could it be a friggin' run game? But something's missing. So that's why I said, maybe it's time to throw Tua out there. But to say that drafting Tua at 5 was a mistake, to say drafting Tua, why did we draft the backup quarter? There's so many, Lamar Jackson sat behind Joe Flacco. Eli Manning sat behind Kurt Warner. Patrick Mahomes sat behind Alex Smith. Alex Smith isn't a slouch, but was he really going to get him anywhere? Would he have won them a Super Bowl? Joe Flacco did, but just a little bit of that defense. No offense, Raven fans, but you guys know I'm right. Kurt Warner's Kurt Warner. Eli Manning eventually came in, won him Super Bowls. Let him be ready, right? Joe Burrow had no one in front of him. Joe Burrow had no one to beat him out. Joe Burrow got drafted, and as soon as he got drafted, you're the starter. Justin Herbert, as soon as he punctured that lung, Justin Herbert said, I cannot give back the starting position, and he's doing well. Jordan Love is sitting behind Aaron Rodgers. I'm not calling Ryan Fitzpatrick any of these things. And now I know you guys are going to say, but Doug, Ryan Fitzpatrick isn't that good that he deserves to have Tua sit behind him. You're not wrong. Like I said in my post-game video, I talked about that there's that spark there. We need that spark. Like I said, do we need a run game, or do we need that Tua? Do we need something new? Do we need the hot newness in there? You know what I'm saying? But to come out and say that he's a bust, he sucks, why isn't he? He had 2 weeks to learn the offense. 2 weeks to learn the offense. He might be ready. We don't know. The reporters don't know. Reporters don't even see the practices when he is throwing the ball. There was the clips that were Chester Rogers leaked 3 clips of him in practice where the defensive lineman cannot hit him because he's the quarterback, so we don't know if it'd be a sack or not. 3 clips where we're going to judge off of 3 clips if the kid's ready or not. Flores will play him when he plays him. We have no control over that. Like I said, I'd love to see him now. But if he's not ready and Flores is like, hey, I'm not putting him out there, I'm not going to get angry about it. All right, Fitz, stop making stupid decisions. Throw to the open man and play better. But against Seattle, get in the end zone. Against Buffalo, defense, make a friggin' stop. Then we're 3-1. This season, it flip-flopped. Buffalo game was on the defense, not on the offense. Seattle game was on the offense, not on the defense. See what I'm saying? Even though Xavier Howard, 7 targets, 6 receptions for 100-something yards. Yeah, he had that interception. That was the only time that no one caught it on him. So it's like, ugh. So just blame the quarterback is just, I don't know. Dolphins need something. Like I said, they need a spark. So we'll see what happens. But to say Tua is a bust, or to say Tua is not good and we shouldn't have drafted him, we should have drafted Herbert, or all of these things I'm reading and everything, it's just premature. Just like calling Noah Igbenogany a bust. A little premature. Kid played three games, got injected into the starting position. Let it play out. But that's my video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Comment below. Let me know what you guys think of the Tua situation. But I know you guys are already going to comment below. I haven't said this in forever, but give this video a thumbs up. If you like the video, you like my videos, you like this content, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Before I get out of here, if you guys don't know, look at my beard. It's getting longer. Fitzpatrick's beard, it's getting longer. But if you want to maintain that sucker, manscaped.com. Use the promo code FINSUP. You get 20% off your purchase and free shipping. So be sure to check out manscaped.com and use that promo code. Also, check out Fanatics YouTube channel. I don't know why I said .com. Fanatics YouTube channel. Great podcast on there. I was on the podcast Sunday. It was fantastic. We're making jokes, having a great time. Check it out. Subscribe. Got a lot of things in the work there. A lot of other, Perfectsville, a lot of other YouTubers and podcasters are there. Speaking of that, check out Fan to Fan Network. I am the Miami Dolphin representative over there. There's a bunch of different NFL YouTubers over there. Be sure to go check that out. Check out the Twitch stream. Check out the YouTube channel. Check out all that good stuff. But other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Picks video, which means the picks link is pinned in the top. I don't want to hear it anymore that you guys, hey, I didn't see it. It's literally pinned in the top of the comments. Go vote. Tomorrow is the picks video. You have until tonight, 7 p.m. to get your picks in. I'm closing the ballot, so tomorrow's the picks video. Then we got Friday, the preview for the 49ers, and then Sunday, 4 o'clock, we're facing the 49ers. Could be a very winnable game for the Dolphins, depending on how the injuries go. But other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow with my father. But like usual, stay classy. Fins up.